Starting with today's devotion, I am going through the Bible and present one devotional thought from every book, beginning with Genesis. Each day, we will go to the next book and present a thought and continue forward to Revelation. One devotion per book of the Bible at a time. At the end of the 66-book series, we'll go back and begin again. May the Lord bless this. Today, we will look at Genesis chapter 50 and verse 20. The Bible says, "But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good, to bring to pass, as it is this day, to save much people alive." It is difficult for us to see sometimes what God is doing in a particular situation. He is a sovereign God that works in a providential manner in the affairs of men. He has a plan, and he is implementing that plan in the world. He uses what man does to see his will come to pass. This is a very difficult thing for us to comprehend. God does not operate as a puppet master, manipulating mankind like puppets on a string, but he does work his will in the world. To marry the sovereignty of God with the free will of man has been the topic of debate for centuries. It seems to be a contradiction of terms, but it is not. It is still true. And by the way, we're not going to settle the debate with this devotional. I simply want to bring out a point from this story of Joseph. Let us look at some of the events of this story that led up to verse 20 in chapter 50. Joseph was the 11th born son of Jacob. Jacob had 12 sons and one daughter. Joseph's brothers were jealous of his relationship with their father, believing that Joseph was favored above the rest. Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers. He was bought by an Egyptian named Potiphar. Potiphar's wife lied about Joseph, and Potiphar had him put in prison. He remained there until he was called upon to interpret a dream from Pharaoh. This does not sound like a good life lived for God, but God had a plan for Joseph. Joseph was taken from prison, given a high position in Pharaoh's government, and was used to implement a plan that saved the people from starving during a time of famine. A plan that was given to him by God. His brothers did a horrible thing to him by selling him into slavery. But God had a will for Joseph, and he used the actions of his brothers to implement that plan. Genesis 50 and verse 20, Joseph told them, "But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good, to bring to pass, as it is this day, to save much people alive." God is still working in the world to implement his plan. Oftentimes, we do not understand what is going on. But the best thing for us to do is submit ourselves to God as he works his will through us. 1 Peter 5:6 says this, "Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time." Let us walk humbly with our God. He knows what he is doing. Put your faith in him. He will bring it to pass. Think on these things.